Okay, I apologise to anybody who clicked on this video hoping for a few tips and tricks on how to get prostitutes in Japan, but this is not going to be that video. But anyway, back in the Edo period, there used to be special walled compounds of all the major cities where all the prostitutes lived. Now there could be anywhere up to around 3,000 at each time living within this compound, but many of them could not leave, and they were under armed guard at all times. Plus, to make matters worse, many of the girls were brought in at a very young age and trained up in the services. However, a British missionary in the early 20th century said that most men didn't go for sex. They came for company and entertainment, and this is where the geisha came in. It was their job to entertain the guests and not find sex. But that's where the confusion comes in as to whether or not they are prostitutes. In the meantime, within the compound, the prostitutes developed their own social structure, with the oiran at the top, and some of them achieved slight notoriety because of it. However, in the late 19th century, when the social order was uprooted, many young peasant girls were forced into prostitution, and many of them were sent abroad to serve in foreign countries. Not unlike today in the red light district, when many girls from other countries come to Japan. One of the most famous was Sandakan number 8 in Malaysia. Now, if you're interested, they said that the locals were very friendly, they rated the British and the Americans very highly. They said the Chinese were too clingy, and they said the Japanese made the worst customers because they were too aggressive. But these prostitutes held a very strange position. On the one hand, the government disagreed with them doing so because it lowered Japan's prestige, but on the other hand, many of them married like important colonial officers. So it did expand Japan's influence abroad. However, all of this came to an end at the end of World War II. Now, when the Americans occupied the place, the government recruited thousands of young girls to service these troops. They were seen as defending the racial purity of Japan, which was made especially important after there were so many accounts of rape when the Americans first arrived. Now, public pressure and rising STDs pressured MacArthur to help him close down these brothels in just a few months, but this just forced women to seek work in the designated red light districts. Now, that continued until the 50s when prostitution was made illegal. Well, sex was made illegal, which means now in Japan, they pretty much do anything else except sex. But, unlike before, they very rarely service foreign visitors. Well, I read that they very rarely service foreign visitors, but when I was walking through, they offered all the time. So, I don't know.